A day on the focus. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. It's Anne here, your friendly neighborhood history buff, ready to dive headfirst into the fascinating events of January 28th. Buckle up, Buttercup, because today's timeline is a wild ride. First up, way back in 98 AD, things got real Roman in Cologne. Nerva kicks the bucket, and who steps up? Trajan! Emperor Trajan! Talk about a power grab. He was running the show from Lower Germany, which is interesting. Fast forward a bit, 814 AD. Big news, Charlemagne, the Holy Roman Emperor himself, buys the farm. His son, Louis the Pious, inherits the Frankish Empire. Now that's a name that just screams, responsible ruler, right? Wink wink. Then we jump to 1069. Robert de Comines, Earl of Northumbria, that sounds fancy, gets himself into a spot of bother. He tries to ride into Durham, but the locals weren't having it. Rebellion. And guess what? He gets the boot permanently. This little debacle even led to what historians call the harrying of the North. Sounds unpleasant. And the drama continues. 1077. Henry IV, the Holy Roman Emperor who we've met before, takes a humbling walk to Canossa. He's begging for forgiveness from Pope Gregory VII, after getting the church's equivalent of a major scolding. He grovels, and hey, the excommunication's lifted. What's the lesson, you ask? Don't mess with the Pope. Let's skip ahead to 1393. King Charles VI of France attends a masquerade ball in Paris, and it doesn't go so well. Several costumes catch fire? The king almost gets roasted alive. I'm glad there were no TikTok videos back then. 1521 brings us to the Diet of Worms. It was a big religious deal, lasting for months. Martin Luther and his 95 Theses are a main topic. Then there's 1547. 9-year-old Edward VI becomes King of England. Poor kid. Now that's a lot of pressure. He was the son of Henry VIII, which explains a few things. We've got more religious tolerance announcements. 1568 and 1573 see edicts in Hungary and Poland that promote religious freedom. Most of their time, really. And in 1591, we have the unfortunate execution of Agnes Sampson in Edinburgh, accused of witchcraft, a dark chapter in history. 1813, the literary world explodes because Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen is published. Finally, after years of waiting, the book hits the stores. Millions of people are thrilled. And 1871, the Siege of Paris ends, another day of surrender in that terrible Franco-Prussian War. This is just a snapshot, folks. There were fires, wars, political intrigue, religious conflicts, and even some good old-fashioned speeding tickets. 1896. Walter Arnold got caught going 8 miles per hour. We've also got the founding of various important institutions and the invention of Lego bricks, 1958. Quite a day. Now, for the creative story segment. Imagine Agnes Sampson, sentenced in 1591 for witchcraft, somehow traveling through time. She arrives in 1986, only to witness the Challenger disaster. The shock of seeing the shuttle explode, a modern technological marvel meeting such a catastrophic end, is so great it throws her consciousness back to her own time, not as a condemned woman, but infused with a unique understanding of the fleeting nature of progress and the persistent vulnerability of humankind. Upon her return, she no longer fears burning at the stake, for she's seen a far more terrifying spectacle. The executioner, seeing a strange resolve in her eyes, lets her go. It was the unexpected end of her sentence, the end of her story. And that's all the time we have for today. Tune in tomorrow for another exciting adventure through time on A Day on the Focus.